I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while if the reasons are funny, but right now I see none. I was so dumb, but
New
I hopped on
couch,
a plane, almost
new
drove right
used
back to
couch
the
a couple weeks
541.
ago.
Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me
Moved
from a
walls. So new backdrop now.
Nice.
Everybody has officially seen both walls in my living room.
What about the windows?
Those are also there.
What about where the sweat drips down?
Are you asking me to show my balls on the stream? Is
I mean, we do have ski over here.
It's fair.
Hey, as long as it's tasteful with your balls, then I believe it's acceptable on Twitch. So
Like a Costanza painting, just showing my balls. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
How's this gonna work, Ski? Are you gonna be my nudes broker?
Well,
right. No.
depends how much how many people want to see it.
Oh, nobody.
Then I'll be a broker.
Literally nobody.
Yeah.
So
I was obviously going to try to monetize it, but
yeah, no, yeah. Let's see. Booble asking, how tasty do the balls have to be on Twitch? I mean, we get banned if I actually showed balls on Twitch, but that's a decision we could make.
I don't know. See, I think that's bullshit. I know there are Twitch people that are like chicks in like hot tubs and like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the new one is that they have like, I don't even know, they somehow have like the video playing like over their tits or ass or something like that. Like they're naked and the video's playing through. It's like,
but they're not actually naked, which is I think that's like the one place that they draw the line. I think. I maybe drug use is probably not allowed, and anything that's like a federal offense, I don't think you can do. Probably, I don't know. Depends on the federal offense, I guess.
That's the thing.
Yeah. All right, let's start the podcast. I'm Alex.
So,
yeah.
Before we start on the important stuff.
Yeah.
If you were in the Discord,
yes,
you saw me send a video yesterday of a drone and then like a voice saying someone's name, come out, we know you're there.
Yeah.
Hands up, blah blah blah, tear gas, yeah, blah blah. Yeah.
It was a video from a neighborhood King happened to be in at the time.
No, my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood.
So it was a guy
okay.
who was visiting his friend.
Okay.
Happened to be my neighbor. He had some stolen goods. That's why they arrested him, right? And I was like, that's fucking.
Is this a different neighbor or the one we've talked about before? Is this a different neighbor or the one we've talked about before?
Oh, this is usually you here.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I say that's usually reserved for you.
That was amazing. I thought he was like doing a bit or something where I was asking him a question he didn't want to answer, and he was just like, Oh, there he is. You back? Nope. He gone. Okay. Edit point. Alex noting edit point. We'll see if Alex remembers the edit point. Yeah, this is why
Good start.
This is why we're on Twitch. Screw it. NFL draft is happening right now. Too hard of a question, says Booble. Hard hitting, man. Journalism degree right over here.
Only bring up the tough questions.
Yeah.
No softball questions here.
This is the podcast for it. That's for sure. I wonder if this is another deal where he his laptop died or something. That's happened before.
Well, this feels like an internet connectivity problem.
Yeah. I've been having that lately. During work, which is not ideal. If you work from home.
Well, it's good for you. You just get it.
Oh.
When your internet, what are you supposed to do? Your internet's down. You can't work.
I can't do it. Sorry, guys. So NFL draft happening right now. And when we are recording this, it is the first round of the draft on the Thursday. And our list today will eventually be top 3 busts from this first round. I'm willing to bet all 3 of them are going to be in the top 7 picks. 3 of them are going to be quarterbacks, and they're all going to be really early on. We'll see.
It's tough to call someone a late first round pick a bust, really.
Exactly.
So it's
and
then you toss out offensive linemen. Who the fuck knows if they're gonna be a bust?
I was talking with somebody earlier. Any wide receiver picked outside of the top 15 or whatever, any wide receiver there's a really good chance they're gonna be terrible. So I don't feel comfortable calling that a bust either, but we'll see.
Right. All right, he's back.
Yeah, was he back? Was my question too hard hitting? Did it just break your internet? All right, so continue.
So the cops came at 6, right? Busted a guy in a trailer. He stole a trailer. Okay, well, it's boring, lame.
Yeah,
that's lame. Yeah. And then at midnight, we get a text from a cop that we had talked to 7 months ago.
A text?
Saying, yes. He had texted us earlier too, saying something.
Huh.
What, we're gonna be in your neighborhood kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Stay in your house. That's dope, by the way. You got.
And that's why I was like, that shit's lame. It's just a guy who stole a trailer. That's dumb.
No. Bearing the lead, the fact that you're on a text basis with a random police officer, where they're going to give you a heads up.
I'm a cool.
You know what you are? You're an informant. You fucking informant.
Look at the glasses. This guy backs.
I'm fucking dirty. I'm fucking dirty.
He's a dirty fucking knock is what he is.
Show us your back the blue flag, your blue line flag. Come on, show it, you coward.
So
you fucking coward.
12:02 last night, so after midnight, we get another text from the cop, just out of the blue. We're all definitely long asleep, saying, "Hey, it's about to get loud." And then, flashbang. Bang, bang. Mike Breen. Bang! 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 And then it's, hey, this is Eugene Police. We have a search warrant. They had a fucking tank. They had a truck with tear gas in it that they were just amped up to use. And they just arrested a neighbor for a misdemeanor. I don't know what the fuck.
For a stolen trailer?
Well, no, that guy was gone. That guy was gone.
Oh.
That guy actually, clearly, I looked up his record, had never seen the guy before.
Okay.
But he deserves to go along. I think he had 9 charges. Okay. 7 of them were felonies, 2 misdemeanors.
So they had already taken him away.
Yes, he was long. Yeah, 6 hours before 6 they came. Then it get in midnight.
So I repeated.
Was this the house that he was visiting?
Yes. Yeah, he just happened to be visiting there, and that's why they were tracking him all day. Apparently.
So my question to you is, which house are we talking about? Is this the house that we have previously discussed?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay, because that would have been a nice,
that would have been better.
Fun layer to the
You would have been out there provoking the cops,
But so they bring in an armored truck.
No,
like I said,
I pictured your kids on the front lawn being like, "Gas that bitch! Fuck you!"
Whoa, Adolf, chill out, chill down, Adolf. It was midnight on a Wednesday.
Adolf, fuck you!
Come on.
Just because we watched Oppenheimer this week, you can't be making those jokes, man. Come on.
Like I said, they have a SWAT team, armored truck. There's drones. I go out back. I have a field behind my house, and it's just nothing but dudes in camo, full on what? Not me. I don't live there. And they told me to get the fuck in the house. So I don't really go in the house. I go inside the house where we have RV parking, so I can snoop at 12:10 in the morning. And so they arrest this guy. They get him for 3 misdemeanors. for just nothingness. Like, unlawful possession of a gun. He had cocaine on him. And then something else that was even lamer than that. I was like, what were they trying to pinch this dude on? Because those misdemeanors are literally just like a sophomore in college. Like, that's what that is. Like, that's basically what those charges were.
Sounds like a good guy to hang out with. A little bit of blow. Go out in the field, shoot your gun. Shit.
I think he's a mortgage officer at Pentagon Community Credit Union in town.
You gotta quit doxing your neighbors, man.
He was just arrested. I don't give a fuck, man. Are you shitting me?
Fair enough.
I'm sorry to protect his ID as he had someone with 7 felonies in his driveway, and then he got arrested 6 hours later at midnight, and there's drones buzzing around. I felt like I was in the Gaza Strip. It was insane, man. And then I see the charges. Like I said, I was like, just a couple of misdemeanors.
Ski, would you look at this guy throwing stones at Mr. Misdemeanor cocaine possession guy? Like, throwing stones.
I've never bought cocaine in my entire life. Couldn't get me with possession. Nope. Can't do it.
Not me.
Won't
do it.
Never me.
Nope.
Were the guys creeping in? Were they like ghillie suited up? Like was this like non-flashbacks happening?
Dude, it was insane. So, like everyone else in 2024, we have some Ring camera or whatever the fuck we have. So they come down at midnight. They throw the flashbang, right? Within a couple of minutes, the guy is out. There's no problem. There's nothing. They arrest like a girl who was with him and I think someone else who's whatever, some other dude. And it was just like crazy. I was looking, I was like, oh shit. There was a guy in that bush. There was a cop in that bush. There were 2 cops in that bush. How long have these fucking cops been squatting in bushes to come out for just nothing? For nothing.
Did you go outside and fucking smoke a doobie? Like
no. I went on the RV on the side RV parking lot and looked and realized that he was coming out like peacefully because they were like, "Hey, bud, we will throw in tear gas, and that's painful and it hurts and it sucks, and you don't want that. Come out." And he came right out.
So, I guess my real question is, they were already there to grab. Why didn't they just scoop both dudes up at once at the same time?
Because you're not a lawyer, my friend.
Right.
So if the guy who lived there had come out of his house, they could have arrested them at the same time. But the warrant was just for this random friend who was at the house. So they arrested him. And
that just reeks of probable cause to me to go fucking knocking in, grabbing people up.
I think
they didn't knock.
No, that's why they came back later, right? They probably saw something while they were scooping up the other dude. They probably saw cocaine on his table or some dumb shit. And
with drones, like who the fuck knows?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, drones, right?
Yeah. That was crazy. I'm sitting in my kitchen and I'm like,
"That's good.
What the fuck is that sound?" Yeah,
that's wild.
Drones are wild. And then we're watching the security camera. Police dogs, very scary. Yeah, they brought in one on the midnight raid, and nope, want no part of that.
Intense, dude, so scary.
Yeah, that German Shepherd is killing me in 5 seconds. There was nothing even for that dog to be irate about. And it was
dog didn't need to be there, man. Like
it was crazy.
If a cop is coming after me and they bring a dog in, I'm on the ground. I'm like, yes, whatever, hands behind head, like whatever you need me to do, I'm doing it. Yeah.
But what's funny is I think I know I've mentioned this neighbor a few times on the pod, but it's kind of in passing. And probably like 2 years ago, we made a joke like, "Oh, that guy's dealing cocaine. Like he's a coke dealer," because the cars driving in and out aren't exactly meth cars, if that makes sense. Like you'd see a few, but it was generally nice cars. And so like a year or so ago, he disappeared. He just ghosted. He disappeared. Lights were on for like 2 straight weeks. And so I was like, fuck it. I went into his house. I was like trying to be like a good neighbor. I went into his house.
Check on him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because he had clearly been gone. And the door was ajar. And I walk in and I'm like, oh man, I mean, it's not a crack house by any stretch. A little dirtier for my taste, but whatever. And I'm like, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but Sammy. Hey, Sammy, it's your neighbor. Are you okay? You know, hey, Sammy, it's your neighbor. And I get to his bedroom. There's just a big old fucking, I don't know, some gun that looks like it goes, and I went, I'm out. I'm gone. I am leaving. I don't. And he came back like 2 days later, had security cameras ever, and never said anything to me. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know where he went. Maybe he just left his back door ajar on purpose. But yeah, I really should. Now that when new information comes in, you have to gather it. And yes, I probably should not have gone into his house 7 days after his random disappearance. And yeah, that was.
I mean, you weren't going to roll upon something good going in there.
Honestly, I thought he was like he had just died, like heart attack.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I that would have sucked.
Yeah,
but I could have handled that. But
go in there with you kids. You always want to see a dead body. You know,
I went in there on my own. I went in there all by myself because I'm built different. You know,
Yeah, tough. TUFF hashtag.
Like I'm saying, once I saw a big gun that I feel like goes, I was like, and I'm gone. Nope, I'm out.
He gone. Said that about you twice today. All right. So by the way, note from Booble, I'm gonna add an allegedly into this. King just plants evidence and then texts his boys in blue. Allegedly. Yeah. Especially, and you got the Trump hump hat on too.
Hey man, if it wasn't for me, you'd all be in fucking Pelican Bay. Don't you ever fucking forget
Pelican
that.
Bay.
Pelican fucking Bay. Don't forget that.
Isn't that a beer? That is a beer, right? Pelican Bay, isn't it?
No, and that's
there's a Pelican Brewing, but
that's
but that's not what he's.
Yeah,
he's going Denzel with it, right?
Yeah, Denzel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not a big prison guy. My bad.
Do you even watch movies?
Do you even watch movies?
Training Day. Come on.
I have seen Training Day, like twice. Yeah. See, I've watched movies. Speaking of which, by the way, our movie on Sunday is Oppenheimer. So if you haven't watched Oppenheimer yet, it's on the Cock. So go to Peacock. It's actually exclusively on the Cock. So go watch it. Listen to us talk about it on Sunday. I watched it yesterday. Hadn't seen it yet. So if you're looking for an excuse, go for it.
Block out a weekend for it. Is what. It's a strong 3 hours.
I was surprised. I didn't get bored at any point. I mean, we'll talk about that on Sunday, but so Oppenheimer, it's on Peacock. Watch it, listen to us talk about it. Welcome to the podcast, by the way. You've been hearing us talk, Alex, Ski, and King, TSP Pod, Jeromney, TSP Ski. I think I did those out of order. Tweet at one of us if you want to. Also, we're on twitch.tv/abrog87 right now. Twitch.tv/abrawg87. We do the sports podcast live on there every Thursday night. So get on there around 7:30 or so and watch us do the sports podcast. I also post these on YouTube. If you missed those and want to watch them, you can watch them on YouTube. I don't know why you would, but they're on there anyways. Also, King mentioned the Discord. It's a good time. Sports Brewery and Discord. Get in there. Good stuff. That's where you can watch King post his drone videos of his neighborhood, burning to the ground, basically. So,
who the fuck is this guy that just got drafted?
So Ski, NFL draft going on right now while we are doing this podcast. It's been an interesting draft. I think we can say that. Ski remarking on the fact that somebody just picked a offensive tackle from Arizona.
From Arizona
in the first round. So who made that pick?
Was that Green Bay?
I missed it. Yeah, that sounds like a Green Bay pick, doesn't it?
Well, they got to replace like David Bakhtiari.
I mean, didn't he retire like 8 years ago? It feels like Bakhtiari hasn't been there, but I'm probably wrong. I don't know. It's been a weird NFL draft, though. I mean, 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks, including Nick's, by the way. So Nick's going to Denver, which I was driving around town when that pick happened, and Jay Glazer was talking about how, I guess, at Oregon's Pro Day, which I remember people online were saying like nobody was at, apparently. But I guess Sean Payton was there, and I guess they gave Nick's a playbook, basically. They're like, here, learn this playbook, and then we're going to do a private workout with you tomorrow. And so they gave him the playbook, had a private workout with him the next day, and he just like he flashed, man. He was apparently really impressive to them, and so I guess Sean Payton's been on him for the last couple months, basically, and he's pretty much been a lock to Denver the whole time. So I know some people thought he might fall farther in the draft, but Sean Payton, Denver, and you know, it's not a great situation. I think we can all say that. I mean, Denver does.
He's in a better situation than almost everyone that all the quarterbacks that got picked. I mean, I honestly, Chicago, of the 6 quarterbacks that got taken, Chicago looks like they have the best people for Williams to do well. But I think Nick's is second there out of the guy. I mean,
it's division though, man.
I mean, yes, he's never gonna win, but
he has no wide receiver. Ski.
They got Cortland Sutton, don't they?
It's Cortland Sutton. He's got one dude. Do they have
that's more than most teams have, man.
Do they have a running game at all? Like, I mean, they had
that Javonte Williams.
That you made that name up, man. Come on.
I didn't. And I feel like they have. I mean, I don't know for sure. I feel like they have an okay offensive line. Don't remember. I didn't watch many Bronco games last year. Yeah. I feel like it might be all right. I think he's going to do okay. How about that? Okay.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
Jared Stidham and Zach Wilson.
Like, he can be good, and he'll finish third in the AFC West.
Yeah, I told you. He never has a chance to win, ever, if he stays there. I mean, shit. I don't even know if they're going to be able to finish. I guess Oakland has no quarterback, right?
Ooh, Oakland?
Vegas. Vegas has
Los Angeles.
Ski. No. You can't do that with me in the room, man. You can't do that. Come on.
No, but like it is kind of insane, the AFC West, because obviously Reed, Mahomes, no shit. Harbaugh and Herbert is gonna work. Herbert's stats might take a dip, but it's gonna work. And Sean Payton, I think that guy sucks.
He does
as a human, and is really kind of living off 15 years ago. But that said, he still went 11-5 a whole bunch with Drew Brees after that Super Bowl.
I mean, he managed to go 8.
He's in a good spot.
He went 9 last year with. I don't even know who was quarterbacking the last 3 weeks. Wasn't Wilson out?
I don't remember who was the quarterback.
Why would anybody pay attention to Denver?
I don't know, but they won 8 games somehow. They managed to win 8 games.
They did.
So,
they did.
So it's not like him, I think the Patriots are bad and dead. I mean, they lose Belichick. I think that's a terrible place. Minnesota right now, oof.
No, I think I disagree with Minnesota.
I do. Oof.
Yo, that's the best offensive situation out of all of them. Are you kidding?
They have Justin Jefferson.
And
that
Addison.
is a great person.
And Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison is I'm not sold on Jordan Addison yet. They have no running backs.
Yo, he's
terrible offensive line.
Yo, Addison
good,
is great. Yeah.
I would not.
I mean, he'd be the best wide receiver in Kansas City. That's all I'm saying.
And they just got Aaron Jones. Didn't they just get Aaron Jones too?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need more time. I need all the moves that happened. I don't know who went where, especially running backs, because almost every running back left their team to another one. If they got Aaron Jones, hey, that's great. Yeah. But still, their offensive line's terrible.
Matt Burke isn't walking through that door.
No.
Matt Burke.
And then the worst, in my eyes, the worst of the 6 quarterbacks goes to Minnesota too.
JJ?
Amazing.
JJ.
And they traded up for him too. It's incredible.
I mean, I don't get the JJ McCarthy thing. If you played a powerhouse who's going to go 15-0 and win a national title game, it's bizarre that multiple games through the entire year they will just be like, you want to know what? You're not throwing this half. Nope. We're just running the ball.
Did he have a game where he
is winning?
Did he have a game where he attempted like 12 passes?
I think it was the Penn State game.
The Penn State one, right?
Yeah. Like he threw like one pass after the first quarter and none in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one quarterback my team.
ESPN was selling that as Chop Robinson was such a big difference maker that Michigan was like, no, we're just not going to pass the ball anymore. Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Cool. I think, beyond Minnesota clearly reaching for J.J. McCarthy, I'll never understand it. He's not going to be a good NFL quarterback.
I mean,
it's not going to happen.
They had to get a quarterback. We know that. But yes, why that's your guy?
It's wild. If they're gonna make a trade, like go up and get a good one. Like maybe they tried and they just didn't have any takers and they weren't offering enough. But yeah,
they were one of the 2 teams going after Herbert that contacted the Chargers and said, "Hey, you guys interested in dealing him? We'll give you a problem." I'm sure they would have given him the world for Herbert.
Wow, we just had a center go off the board before Powers Johnson.
No way.
The Bucks Graham Barton out of Duke.
That's not a real person.
That's wild.
He looks wild. He looks like a default Madden create character. If you're creating a center, that's the default that they give you, is that guy.
Absolutely does. That's crazy. And I know we're biased because how often are you watching any center other than the team that you actually watch every week? But Powers Johnson is a beast, really, really good and talented and a leader. And I just don't see how any center is better than him in the country. But
his draft stock for the last 2 or 3 weeks has just been. Because I think he was supposed to be maybe a mid-teens.
He was. Yeah, it's been going down for whatever reason. Maybe injury stuff. I don't know. Because he was banged up, but he generally played through them. So
injuries don't matter. Penix got drafted. Yeah. The Colts drafted a guy that broke his fucking back and neck. I mean, I don't think injuries is a major factor for some of these teams.
Speaking of that, Penix going to the Falcons. So, I get the idea of drafting your future quarterback, you're gonna need him in a couple years, I guess. But you did. They
gave Cousins a 4-year deal.
It's
4
wild.
years.
It's wild. Yeah.
In 4 years, Penix is gonna be damn near 30. Yeah. And barring an injury from Cousins, would not be playing in any games.
He literally he literally will be 30 in 4 years.
Yeah.
Penix will.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is that they had to draft him to be like, hey, I think some team is going to miss out on a quarterback. Maybe we could bilk them because they're going to be so desperate that they need someone, and then we could trade Penix.
Or Cousins, in a year or two.
One of the two, but that's the only thing. That team needs so much help. The team was not good. I don't know.
Really crazy. That team needs defense. That team needs playmakers. That team did not need another quarterback. It's crazy.
Especially with their great track record of drafting QBs here lately too.
Yeah, I know. I know. Speaking of teams that never learn and will never be good, Washington took Jaden Daniels with the second pick. And, I watched zero SEC football last year. He put up humongous numbers in the SEC, which is impressive, I guess. We watched him, what seems like a decade ago, beat Herbert in Arizona.
He played with your boy Aiyuk.
No, check it out. Check it out. I saw this online the other day. He threw a touchdown to Aiyuk against Diamador Lenore, which is crazy. To beat Justin Herbert. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So this is sort of the year, right? It's like we're now seeing this year. This is like the final year of the COVID influence. Like where all these dudes got extra years.
Well, I mean, Dylan Gabriel is still kicking around.
Dylan Gabe, he is the last of the pandemic players.
He's not an NFL quarterback though. So.
Well, people said that about Bo Nix. He got drafted 12. You know what I mean?
He's gonna put up some. Skyper. He's gonna put up some bonkers numbers if he's fucking healthy next year.
I don't know about that.
Dylan Gabriel is your height, Ski. Like, there's no way, dude.
Yeah, he can fucking slang it. I mean, how big is Penix?
He's like 6'2" or something, right?
Is he? He's over 6.
I think so.
Yeah, he's
what's Gabriel 5'11"? Being generous?
No way.
10?
No way.
I did ask someone in the Discord who I think I'm not going to name the name because I could get this wrong.
The Discord, by the way. Love it.
I feel like he said he is 5'9", and Gabriel was clearly an inch or so taller than him.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Maybe he said 5'10". Maybe definitely didn't say he was 5'11" and cleared him. So, I feel like he said he was 5'9". And I'm not going to name the person because I could be wrong.
So I'm 5'11", so NFL talent. Cool, man. I'm into it. My mind has changed. First round quarterback next year. Like, all right, fair enough. Cool. Yeah, so Penix to Atlanta doesn't make any sense. Penix is like really accurate, really good deep ball guy.
Not as accurate as Bo Nix. I know that.
No, that is true. Very different quarterback too. So I think.
Oh, Chiefs on the clock.
I think. Yeah. Go for it. Wait. Did the Chiefs trade up?
They just traded up. Yeah.
Okay.
Who cares? They can draft a mop buckets to win the Super Bowl. Like,
it doesn't.
Jesus Christ, You guys! I love all your hope. I think my team can win within the margins. No, you can't. Patrick Mahomes, done. Toast. Done. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy playing in February. That's all I can say to the other 31 teams.
I'm not saying anything about my team beating the Chiefs. The other guy over here is the one thinking maybe his team could beat you guys.
No, you're right. Like Shanahan finally had his running back, finally had his offense. Like everything was perfect, and still didn't beat the Chiefs. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
So let me just get a little Penix Falcons salary cap info in here.
Please, because that's.
Kirk Cousins has $25 million of dead money in year 3 of his deal. And year 3 of Michael Penix's rookie deal has $12.5 million. That's a lot of dead money for...
Like I said, the only thing that makes this had to be a play. This has to be a play to deal one of these guys. That's...
And it ain't gonna be Penix. Like they're not gonna trade Penix. Like they're not drafting him now to trade him unless, like, because Cousins is coming off an Achilles injury. So you get him just for that this year, just in case something goes wrong and he's not actually able to come back or whatever. I don't know. He's going to.
You don't waste a draft pick on that. You could pick up any veteran quarterback. Like Nick Foles is out there, someone like that can be your just in case backup.
Yeah, because if Cousins gets hurt, the season's over anyways.
It's over anyway.
I see where you're coming from, but also like what if the season is to go to shit and something happens to Cousins, you might as well let the season go to shit and let your future quarterback get some reps. So
I guess that's where I'm at is I don't. He's not. In my eye, he's not the future quarterback. Like I said, if Cousins stays healthy, he's 30 by the time he's your future quarterback. It's like, I know the longevity of quarterbacks, lasts longer in the NFL, especially when he's not going to be getting hit for the next 3 or 4 years. But that's you're an unknown is going to be your franchise guy 3 or 4 years maybe down the road. One of the worst picks I've ever seen.
Ever in the history of picks.
I mean, it just didn't make sense, structurally.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't make sense.
I mean,
like, if he was 18, you could be like, oh, you're stashing, which is not possible in the NFL. I totally understand that. But, they're stashing him for a few years. He played 6 years in college. So, I don't get what you're doing for at least 2+ into the 3 years where the third year where you start eating dead cat. It's weird. It's weird, bro. It's weird.
And honestly, I think it sucks for Penix because his time would have been like right now. He could have had a little run here on a shittier team as being the guy. But he's going to be long forgotten here in a year or two.
Yeah. It's weird. It is weird, man. And go ahead.
I mean, at least when you guys drafted Trey Lance, there was purpose behind that, right? It was a complete bust, and it completely did not work out. But it was like, hey, we need a quarterback. We have one that's been crippled for his entire career, and we're going to grab another guy in the last pick of the draft. Those are our options.
They had everything but a quarterback. And so you give everything you have to try to get a quarterback. And they tried, and it failed. And I saw him on a list of draft busts the other day, and he was the top draft bust in the last 30 years or whatever. And yeah, they're not wrong. With what the Niners traded for him, what they got out of him, it's like, yeah, tough to argue, man. So I looked at the Patriots drafting Drake Maye, and we've seen Drake Maye, and I think he's like good. I also thought Mac Jones immediately.
Well, my opinion on Drake Maye is that he could hit the switch, flick. Oh, you guys don't listen to Drake. You guys are so old.
It's a Drake reference. Yeah, no.
So old. Oh my God.
Yo, I've been only listening exclusively to Taylor Swift lately, so I can't get anything else in here.
Orchard poet over here.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
It's gonna be a cruel summer.
Living that Swiftie life.
Yep.
Get on my level.
No, but the only video, I mean, Drake Maye, he did not have a good team last year in North Carolina, right? The year before, he had some good players, put up some decent numbers. But when the only clip I saw of the draft of Maye was Bill Belichick just brushing his footwork, saying like, "Oh, this is bad." Like, they're going to really have to work with him on this. You shouldn't really be needing that out of a guy that you're drafting third overall.
Yep, I think this is I think we're alluding to our list at the end of this podcast a little bit right now. You're going to get a pretty good idea. Yeah, I mean, Drake Maye's good, but again, he goes into a situation where you have nothing. Like, the cupboard is bare on that offense. Like, Mac Jones could have been serviceable, but they have no good players. Like, you
on offense.
On
defensively,
offense. Defense are good. Yeah,
very good.
No, on offense, you have no good players. So
Xavier Worthy. You got your receiver, King.
There you go, King.
Boo!
There's your future.
Too skinny. Boo!
4-2-1.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Fire Andy Reid. Boo! Bust. Boo!
4-2-1 40-yard dash. That's
terrible.
Awesome.
Terrible. Bust. Bust. I'm putting it on Twitter right now.
His nickname's the Flash, man. Gotta go fast. Come on.
Yeah.
King's got his number one bust right now, easily, right there.
Yep.
Bust.
Yeah, you guys just drafted a punt returner in the first round. Nice work.
Next, Sky Moore.
Yeah.
Mark it down.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, there's a chance he's your number one receiver going into next year.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, no, that's 5'11", 165 is this first round wide receiver. So, he does have Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. So there is that. He's got that going for him, which is nice. So, maybe, you have Kelsey do like these little 12-yard things, and then you have this really fast guy just run straight. Having really fast guys run straight and have Patrick Mahomes throw the ball to them has worked out for you in the past. So
my real thing with him is I feel like Andy Reid is chasing the ghost of
Tyreek Hill
a little bit, because that's what they did with Sky Moore. And Sky Moore, objectively terrible. That man is never going to play in the NFL again. Xavier Worthy is not that. Sky Moore, the second they drafted him, was like, seen him play against Toledo, and he's really not much faster than these guys. And they play on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. local time.
Action, baby.
Yeah. And something called the Tire Bowl. The rubber stadium. It's just depressing. But hey,
here's the thing about Reid, though. I always kind of figured Reid was like the, with Braga and the Niners, or like Belichick in New England. It was like his draft. I always figured his draft mind was always good. I mean, he got Mahomes, and we got Kelsey, and he drafted both Kelseys, his brother too. I was like, I always figured he was one of those guys that could apparently see something that other coaches don't. But when you look at the guy, like you said, drafting Sky Moore and now this guy, it's like, is he just starting to mail? Is he trying to even the playing field with the rest of the league now? Is this intentional?
Andy Reid, listen, I fucking guarantee you, there will be a 4th and inches at some point this year where Blake Bell takes the snap,
the bell
and hands it to 170-pound Xavier Worthy, who tries to run it in between the tackles on a fly sweep. That's Andy Reid has a fetish. Andy Reid is great. Andy Reid has his flaws, and that shit is one of them. His gooch is tickled by 170-pound receivers trying to get inches on fly sweeps and weird gadget plays on 4th and 1, when you could really just... You don't have to get in that formation. Just roll out Mahomes, and he's either going to complete a 2-yard pass, or he's just going to fart with his big butt and dive ahead for 9 inches. That's all it is. But Andy Reid...
Hey,
that's a cheeky motherfucker.
9 inches is a lot. I don't know why.
Hey, well, I mean,
depends on who you ask, Ski. I mean,
right.
Yeah. I love this. The Cowboys just drafted an offensive tackle, and somebody in the room of Tyler Guyton is wearing only Niners gear.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking love that. So Tyler Guyton goes to Dallas, and somebody with Tyler Guyton, Niners hat, Niners shirt, beautiful. So, good work.
So while we're still monitoring draft stuff in between picks, I read something this week that said Foreigner, the band, finally got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went and looked at Foreigner's catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know they had such fucking bangers?
Yeah, listen
Braga,
to their.
do you know who these people are?
I've heard of Foreigner. Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're probably Ski's gonna give us an anthology. Get out of here, nerd.
Yeah, Ski sounds like a Foreigner fan. I gotta say.
No. But I think I knew who they were, but I didn't know. And I'm looking at their greatest hits. Jukebox
Cold
Hero.
as ice.
Do you know that song?
Jukebox Hero. Na 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 na. That's
their number 2
Stars
song.
in your eyes.
That's Foreigner?
Cold as Ice.
Cold as ice.
Cold as wow.
Their number 3
there's
biggest
more.
hit. 'Cause it's urgent.
Make it fast, make it urgent.
So urgent.
Whoa.
Number 4, Fill My Eyes with that double vision.
Burn out. Down, 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 down.
And then they're number 5. So this is their 5th.
Vision.
Hot-blooded.
Yeah.
Hot-blooded.
Yeah.
My world was fair.
Got a fever of 103. Isn't that the one they had the SNL skit for or whatever? Or am I thinking of something?
I believe
else?
so.
That was a Tacoma FD. That was their.
Oh, that was.
And then the next one, Blinded by Science. Thomas Dolby. Like, what the fuck?
Blinded me with science. Is that them?
This guy's. How did? Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
How were they not in the Hall of Fame before this?
Honestly.
If you buy their best of hits and you can play it front to back, and
It's just banger after banger.
Yeah, why don't they have, like, the Beatles have that number ones album or whatever? Why don't they have the number ones album? What are we doing? Foreigner might be the most prolific band ever.
Yeah, they were playing at I think it was Spirit Mountain Casino like a decade ago. I was going to.
Did you go?
I could not make it that day. I was
that's a shame.
I bought tickets and could not attend.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's one of those bands where I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Everything they had was straight heat.
That's
Bangers.
incredible. That's a list, man. So draft is still going on. We got a few picks left. I think we'll probably just like hang and do the podcast until the first round is over, and then do our list at the end.
There's 3 picks left.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
4 picks left.
So, do we want to talk about Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back?
About time.
I'll say this: he should get it back, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I really care? No. Like, does it move me? No. And mainly because I hear guys like who have won Heismans before, and they're like, the inevitable question from Jim Rome or Dan Patrick or whoever is, where's your Heisman right now? And they're like, oh, it's in storage.
Yeah, don't even care. Yeah.
It's kind of tacky. I'm like, oh, they don't really care either.
It is
my only real strong opinion is people that are like, thank you, Johnny Manziel, for getting him his Heisman back. He just, come on.
No, you're absolutely right. So imagine, if you will, going into one of these Heisman.
All the people.
Yeah. Did Foreigner do that song too?
No, that would get them out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So imagine, if you will, walking into one of these houses of a Heisman winner, and they have a big display, like in the middle of the area you walk into or something like that. And it's just right there. And you see it, and you're like, I think I might be along those same lines, man. Like, thinking it's tacky. It's like a weird thing. So it's a thing that makes sense for the school to put up. Like, but to actually put something like that in your house, like in your foyer or whatever. I mean, I get, have a room for all your memorabilia if you were a good enough player to like have that, but it's weird. Like, I think having it like shown off is kind of weird. And to do it like, 20 years after your college career is weird, because people who like went in their 40s who talk about the glory days of college and stuff, that's weird. Like, that's weird. So.
See, I disagree with you. I think Reggie should put that on like the front of his car, like a Bentley, like glue that thing right the fuck on the front there and show it off and say, fuck you. I should have, held this from me for 20 years.
The thing I don't get about it though, because I was inhaling content on it the last day or so, is the people that are like acting like he technically didn't break rules. Not that I give a shit about those rules, but like he did break. Yeah. It's pretty cut and dry. His family got a house, which was illegal, and it shouldn't have been illegal then, and it's not probably technically illegal now. And NIL is weird, but whatever. But the people that are like, oh, I didn't break any rule. I mean, he did. Yeah, again, not that I care.
Yeah,
but
you'll get a nice place to live nowadays, but you got to pay rent at that place. They're not giving you a house nowadays. That's always been against the rules, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like you could have that in your NIL deal, right?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel has it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
No, he's living in a high rise, but so
sure, yeah, they're not giving him like property in. Yeah, they bought his family a house in San Diego while they're located in Los Angeles. Yes, That is not happening. Yes, you are correct.
You're not getting a $400,000 house in the Coburg Road area. You know?
Can you imagine? Jeez, can you imagine what? It's so funny that a $500,000 home almost in 2005 in San Diego was such a whirlwind. Try buying a house in Eugene for $450,000. What a different time that was.
Yeah, I was gonna say $400,000 house in the Coburg area is like a 1-bedroom. Yeah. So, a studio.
It's a nice condo somewhere.
Yeah. God, that's so depressing right now. Is somebody who's trying to buy a house and like realizing that a condo is the only thing you can afford, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, do not buy a condo. No. Yeah, it sucks. So Niners on the clock right now, by the way. So. Just a couple picks left here.
Oh.
We'll see where they
Probably
go. If they go wide receiver, you better believe they're trading Deebo or Aiyuk, because that's been the story that was circulating today. Is they're actually looking to trade both of them or either or whatever.
Whatever. The NFL machine made it seem like every team was like making trades in this draft, and there's been two. One team moving up one spot, and the Chiefs moving 3 spots, and it was almost basically just pick swaps, and then like a 5th for a 6th.
Yep.
So they were really hyping this up, like, oh, they were shocked that the first like 5 picks went through without a trade.
Oh, this is good. WCP says the Niners going to get that white DB from Iowa.
Cooper DeJean.
I mean, they're kind of, I guess Diamador played more nickel last year, so they do need someone opposite Ward. I'm into it.
Don't you guys kind of need linebackers? Didn't they all just like blow their legs up last year?
I mean, one of them did. They still have Fred Warner. He's pretty good. But yes, they do also need a linebacker. Yeah.
And Fred Warner, get out of here.
Okay.
And they got they lost Eric Armstead, correct?
They did. Yep.
So
D-line depth they need. Yep. Yeah. No, they need players, no doubt. And by the way,
they're going to draft a running back.
Yeah, I remember Shanahan used to make jokes about that at press conferences. How hey, we didn't draft a running back in the first round this year, or the first 2 rounds, I think it was. They had God, they all sucked. It was crazy. No, and this is the first year since the Lance trade where they have picks in the first 3 rounds too. So they actually can do something. So we'll see what they actually do. Yeah, so Reggie Bush gets the Heisman back. I think this again sort of reminded me how separate the Heisman and the NCAA are.
Oh, completely.
Because the Heisman doesn't give a shit about the NCAA at all. And they shouldn't. But also it's like, well, this is not really this is a Heisman Trust Award, not an NCAA award, So, like, I think, is the Maxwell like the NCAA version of that or something?
Maxwell House Coffee, right?
Yeah. You win a grind. You win a grinder, and
he went grinding.
That's what I was.
You want to know what? We haven't had that reference in a bit. I guess you could say that it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It has been a chunk of time since we have used that reference. All right, here comes Goodell with the Niners pick. Everybody focus. Everybody focus. He's walking extra slow because of how important this pick is about to be.
What of the a dozen feeds are you guys currently watching this on?
I have the ABC one on.
ABC. I finally just settled on ABC.
I have ABC as well. Yeah, but God.
I switched to all NFL Network, McAfee, regular ESPN.
Not ESPN.
Niner fan flat out booing the pick with thumbs down. Flat out booing. They got
that's because he knows one of them's getting dealt now for sure, right?
Yes, Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver from Florida. Never heard of this person.
I'm pretty sure he played at Arizona State. White guy,
Northern Arizona.
Northern Arizona.
No, transferred from Arizona State to Florida in 2022.
Crappy slot receiver.
Wow. Yeah, he's white.
How's that make you feel, Braga?
No, it means they're getting rid of Aiyuk. That's 1,000% what that means.
Getting rid of Aiyuk makes him want to puke.
Yeah, I'm not super happy about that because Aiyuk is great, and I do feel like they could have re-signed him. But clearly, I think, you know what I think happened? I think Amon-Ra St. Brown signed his deal the other day, and it was a lot of money. And A.J. Brown signed his deal today, and it was a lot of money. And the Niners are like, we're not going to pay a wide receiver. We're not going to pay 2 wide receivers that much money.
Yeah, you can pay one.
one.
Yeah, paying two is duplicative, as the smart people say.
Whoa. You got to love calling yourself smart, too.
Yeah, well, I've listened to Mina Kimes' podcast from time to time.
So what are
Mina Kimes?
So what are the Chiefs going to
I listened to the Mort Report.
What are the Chiefs going to offer for Aiyuk here, King?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Not. No. Chiefs are a defensive team now, sir. We are the red curtain. We are
the red wave.
We are the red wave. Yeah. We are the red scare. We are McCarthyism. We are all that and a bag of chips. We don't even play offense anymore.
Oh.
You watch that game on Peacock against the Dolphins? 14 yards. We win. Against the Ravens, 19 yards of offense in the second half. We win. And the Super Bowl, 6 yards in the first half. Kind of slice you up in the second half. I don't want to rub that in, a little salt in the wound. I'm a little too classy to do that with a 49ers fan sitting right there. But we're not, offense is optional, you know?
Our teams, man, those wide receiver picks, yeah. Ugh. You know, like, Pearsall put up really big numbers, like he did. So, production is a thing. Like, I get it.
Is he a slot guy?
No.
I was being racist.
So
he's assuming.
Yeah.
He's automatically a slot guy.
Which, by the way, that's what Deebo is. So which one are you getting rid of? Like, because by the way, you get rid of Deebo, you're still gonna have to sign Aiyuk. So you're still gonna have to give him more money than Amon-Ra St. Brown just got, which is, what are you gonna give him, $100 million, like, guaranteed? Ugh.
Aiyuk is good.
He's very good. Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
He is a very good wide receiver. Yeah.
Because in my eyes, I think the top 3 receivers that were in this draft were, elite level players.
Yeah.
I thought someone was going to make a move he's leaving now, but I thought, God, how do the Chiefs not make a move there? Or, I want to say my team as well, because, God, my team could use a second receiver. Oh, but hey, I'm going to start pushing it now. I think my team should. What do you guys want for Aiyuk?
Yeah.
You guys are being crazy, want like a top 5 pick from what I was reading earlier. But now that the draft's done, I mean,
a first, right? Like a first next
first
year.
For next year, yeah, done.
Now, by the way, Niners also say done to that. Like, yeah, that's a yes. That's a yes. Because he's on the last year of his deal. So if
Colts have money, so they can pay him.
Yeah, go for it. By the way, chat mentioning Troy Franklin's still available too. So Franklin, like, he is really good as well, as we know because we watched him. He's like, it's weird to say because Devontae Smith is a good wide receiver in the NFL, but he is small. Like, he is skinny. Like, he just is. He's a good blocker. Like, we've seen that too, but in the NFL, it's just different. So I don't know.
That's what he's missing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what people are afraid of with him.
I think he could be a very fine receiver in the NFL, but then you look at like Neighbors and Adunze and Harrison, and you just see that's something extra that makes him special.
Yep.
And like I said, I don't think Franklin has the special, but he's very good all around to be. He could be a number 2 stepping in almost anywhere next year. I mean, he would be the Chiefs' number 1 next year if they draft him in the second round.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Franklin over Xavier Worthy, to be honest.
Xavier Leggett from South Carolina, another wide receiver. Panthers just traded up for him with the Bills. Run on wide receivers. All right.
Receiver run.
Yep. All right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about before we get to the list here? I think that's it, right? How many teams are in the NFL?
32.
32, right? Yeah, that was it. So yeah.
This is the first round.
Yeah. So
quick thing.
Yeah.
Duck basketball got a transfer in, and Kwame Evans is officially coming back next year. So if
KJ Evans, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, KJ Evans.
Yeah, seriously.
Midway through the season, it was KJ Evans.
Yeah. In the Pac-12 tournament, in game 2, he was KJ all of a sudden.
But if like I said, I don't know if they're going to have to petition for it. King, you brought up Dante coming back for another year. Do they have to petition the NCAA?
Yes, they have officially petitioned the NCAA. Yes,
because for Dante it makes sense because he's I don't maybe a late second round draft pick at best. He'll get paid way more in NIL for one more year. But hey, you add that guy from Stanford who averaged like 13 points, he can shot like 45% from 3, and Evans is back. Hey, starting to come around again. We'll see if they can stay healthy for next year.
They are very talented next year. So, Dana being Dana, they're going to struggle to start off the year, and then they're in March they're going to be probably pretty good as long as they can stay healthy. So,
but I will say at this point, as of right now, this might be the most players he's had back at once in the Pritchard year. Pritchard's junior year, maybe. It's the last time this many guys stuck around.
Yep.
So hey,
yeah, it'll be fun to watch. Finally.
Other than that, that's all I got on sports.
Sports.
We didn't mention Caleb Williams at all. So by the way, before we get to our list, real quick, the Bears do get Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. So that's pretty good.
Can I give you my Caleb Williams hot take?
So yes. Also, I think getting Roma Dunze where they got Roma Dunze was big. Yeah, that was big. Like having him drop was huge for them.
Especially, they already have DJ Moore, so he doesn't have to come in and be the number 1 right away. Also, and it wasn't like last year I brought it up in the Discord. Very similar to what the Texans did when they got Stroud and Tank Dell. It's like you get a young quarterback and get him as rookie receiver with him too, and they looked real nice together. I mean, I don't know if Caleb Williams is going to look as good as Stroud did, but he's going to have the weapons at least to make a run at it. Yep. I mean, they're still the fucking Bears, and they're going to find a way to fuck it up somehow. But chances there.
Yep. Go ahead, King.
Well, my thing with Caleb Williams, okay, number 1 pick. Okay, he should have been the number 1 pick. For a guy that played a year at Oklahoma and 2 years at USC, I mentioned this on Twitter. What's his one moment you remember? What's his one big win? He went 7-7 in his last 14 starts at USC. And people will say quarterback stats or quarterback wins is not a stat. In the NFL, yeah, I can buy that. When you're at Oklahoma for a year and USC for 2 years, it kind of is a stat because you're in a top 10 all-time program at both of those places, and you went 7-7 in your last 14 starts. I'm just saying, what's his one moment? What's his one big win? Because someone yelled at me, hey, in 2021, they came back against Texas. They're down by 3 touchdowns. Texas went 5-7.
Yeah.
Someone else told me, He did the Heisman pose against Notre Dame in 2022. Yeah. That Notre Dame team lost at home to Marshall and 3-9 Stanford.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything from Caleb Williams in 2023?
No.
Like you could be I grinded tape and look at that second layer throw off platform because the left tackle was destroyed. There's nothing, and it's bizarre because if you're the number one quarterback and there's generally like Baker Mayfield or whatever, you're like, oh, I get Jameis Winston. I kind of get. Caleb Williams. I'm not saying he's gonna fail. I say he should have been the number one pick. But if he just kind of flames out as someone who runs backwards a lot and fumbles it a lot like he did, and hey, Oregon fans, that was a thing that Marcus Mariota did in college, and it definitely translated to the pros. I just find Caleb Williams to be interesting.
They just saw 3 years of that with Justin Fields also. Well, so it's
like, and when people are saying he's like a generational, like he's more polished than this guy and this guy, it's like
size and arm strength, sure, yeah.
Sure.
I could say he's generational, just with, the bare essentials of a quarterback. But the other thing, what's the other common denominator you were listing off of his years at USC and Oklahoma that could be
Lincoln Riley doesn't play defense.
Yeah, there's a problem to it.
I'm just saying, hey, Caleb Williams, win a shootout that's not against Arizona.
I was gonna bring that up. The only game I can remember was a crazy shootout against Arizona.
It's a good thing you beat Cal twice. Good for you.
Yeah.
He's just an odd prospect. I don't know.
And also,
he should have been number one. I just need to say that again.
Yeah. No, did you see the Did you see the crazy spin of him in this last week? I mean, they were calling him Prince, like how he dresses, he's eccentric, and it kind of felt like, remember what they did to Thibodeau before draft, where they started portraying him a certain way?
Yeah, and that shit's nonsense. Like, who cares that he?
No, but the fact that they started portraying him that way, and he still went number one. Like I said, I agree. He should and was the number one pick. No one should have been drafted ahead of him.
Yeah. No one. Yeah.
Also,
I'm just saying, interesting college career.
Booble mentioning in the chat, Bears also got Keenan Allen too. So
yeah, Keenan Allen too. Yeah,
this dude,
veteran of the game, or is a veteran too?
This dude's coming into a loaded offense. Like he is.
And I feel like they're one of the teams too that had one of the 20 running backs.
Yeah.
Change teams to them.
Yeah, wasn't it? Oh fuck. I'm blanking. It was the dude from Swift or something.
I think I got DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. Yeah. Dude, that offense is legit. Like the Bears very well could do a Houston this year and just be good. Obviously, a lot's going to depend on their defense.
I do love how everyone is like, oh, the Texans. They're the next big wave.
I'm not going that far, but
people are saying it. They made the playoffs.
People are saying. Yeah.
They went to Baltimore and they got absolutely fucking mollywopped. They did not belong on that field.
They're not there yet. No, but they made a huge leap with a rookie quarterback, which is not something you can say very often. So.
That's the only NFL structured right now is if you have a quarterback, then you are automatically in that conversation because there's not that many of them. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you have one of them, it's like, hey, we actually have a shot because we have one of the 8 guys that can realistically win a Super Bowl. My team is still searching for that.
All right, let's do our list. Our list this week: top 3 busts from the first round this year. I think we kind of gave away a few of them earlier.
I think we named all 3 ones.
Do you want to go ahead and start, Ski?
I'll go first. My number 3, Drake Maye. Patriots. I think the Patriots stink. He just. I mean, they got rid of pretty much him already. I mean, he's just replacing himself more or less.
My number 3, also Drake Maye.
My number 3, Ricky Pearsall. And again, it's weird saying that for a wide receiver outside of the top 15 because they're almost always busts. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, whatever. The Niners have things they need more than a wide receiver, even if they do trade Aiyuk or Deebo. I don't get it. Go ahead, Steve.
Are you gonna do the chat?
Oh yeah, sorry. Chat number 3 from Booble, Malik Neighbors. Whoa! I love that pick. I don't agree at all, but yeah. WCP and Duck Chef say May.
Yep. All right. My number 2 is he's going to be a bust, and it's not even going to be his fault, and that is Penix, just because he's not going to play.
It's weird. It's such a weird pick. It's, by the way, Rick Nodgers in our Discord, lifelong Falcons fan, like just basically said, he literally said, actually, he's like, I hate the Falcons so much. And I feel your pain, man. Like rooting for a team that just consistently does the wrong thing. That was the Niners for the early 2000s. Just with Trent Baalke, just consistently making wrong picks, signing bad guys, hiring bad coaches, just over and over again. It sucks.
But they did the right thing though. That's the crazy. They did the right thing and got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
They haven't had a quarterback in many years, so they're like, hey, let's go get a guy we know could sling the ball around. And then what do? You waste your first-round pick on a 26-year-old rookie. Yeah.
Just crazy. Go ahead, King.
My number 2, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. Same
do you
thing
have,
as Pearsall, man. Like,
is there nothing in you that just thinks there's Patrick Mahomes. He has to be okay, right? Or did Sky Moore just jade you so bad?
No, I just think Xavier Worthy is.
Didn't like him in general, no matter where he went.
Yeah, no. Hey, you run fast, straight. That's cool. Got it.
That's an Al Davis pick, my G.
And you're tiny. Like people think Troy Franklin is tiny. Xavier Worthy also.
Is he big? How big is Tyreek?
Well, Tyreek is different because his thighs are bigger than tree trunks. So he's small, but he's not small.
That's a Darius Hayward Bay, John Ross pick.
That's Darius Hayward Bay. That's the guy.
Yeah. Duck Chef mentioning John Ross in the chat too. Yeah, fast, not good. My number 2 is May. Because I didn't say this too, so. I think we're all probably going to have the same number 1.
Oh, I don't think you have my number 1. My number 1's spicy.
2's from the chat. WCP says Penix. Booble says JJ McCarthy. Duck Chef says Bowers.
Ooh.
Where did he go? Oakland again? Las Vegas.
He did.
Raiders.
He went to Vegas. Brock Bowers, tight end from Georgia. Yeah.
They still don't have a quarterback. What are they doing?
No, they don't.
They're really going to cut out Aiden O'Connell? Yeah. That's really what they're going to go with?
Hey, he won in Kansas City on Christmas Day. When the defense scored 14 points in 9 seconds on 2 of the ugliest turnovers you will ever see in football on any level.
Given that long-term deal, he beat Mahomes in December. Done.
Yes. Yeah.
What happened to Darren Waller? Did he?
I think he's about to retire. He was traded to the Giants.
Yeah.
He just got divorced from Kelsey Plum.
He did.
And he's contemplating retirement.
He is going through it right now. Darren Waller is. Like, he had that one amazing year with Vegas, but holy crap. Divorcing Kelsey Plum? That's no good. That's no good, my guy. If you see Darren Waller, give him a hug, man. Give that man a hug. I'm just saying. All right, what's your one? Or wait, I gave the twos in the chat, didn't I? I did.
I believe you did.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
I mean, it's obvious. I hate him. I think he's terrible. And JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Justin Jefferson. I've had a draft in the last 2 years. Will not even if he falls like the 5th round. I'm still not going to take him.
Yeah, it has to be JJ McCarthy. Like it has to be. Like again, I look at Nix. I like Bo Nix. We've talked about that a lot. I love Bo Nix. He's a great quarterback, really talented, like really smart. I don't like him in Denver with Sean Payton and no good offensive players. Like, I don't know that he's going to be successful there. Like it kind of has. We'll see.
At least I will say, like Peyton's whole offensive style at the quarterback is just dink and dunk, right? That's what Breeze did. That's why Michael Thomas had like 10,000 fucking catches with Drew Brees because he caught 20 balls a game for 82 yards. Yeah. So I think at least the fit is there for Nix in the system. At least he has that.
Cortland Sutton, get ready to catch a whole bunch of 5-yard passes from Bo Nix next year. We'll see.
Yes.
But again,
draft him in your PPR league.
But again,
he will have 15.
JJ McCarthy for me.
Yep.
Oh wait, did I jump ahead of you, King?
You did. My number one.
My bad.
He's got 3 years. Look at his face. Look at his face. When I tell you this guy's name, look at his face. He's got 3 years to be good, and then he's going to get fat as fuck. Yeah. Rome Odunze. Look at his face. Look at his thighs. He's not going to carry good weight. Not carrying good weight. I'm just telling you. He's going to get fat. So
he's going the like Kelvin Benjamin route?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
100%. 100%.
You know who he kind of looks like? You ever seen that Squeezy Jibs guy on Instagram?
That's not a real person.
Okay, look him up.
It
Squeezy Jibs.
Pretty sure that's his name.
Sounds a little racist of you just making up a name for a black person.
I'm pretty sure that's it. It's not a black person. He's a white dude on Instagram. I'm gonna try to find him real quick. Squeezy Jibs. Is that his fucking name?
There's no way that's his name.
might be fucking that up. Oh, there he is. No. Squeezy Jibs. Hang on. I got him here. Yep, Squeezy Jibs. SQUEEZYJIBBS, I'm pretty sure is the name. He looks like him, dude. Like look him up. And that's the same dude.
King, you should change your Twitter handle to fucking like Squeezy James.
You should. You looking him up right now? Yeah, do that. Let's see. One's from the chat. I gotta scroll up, man. Y'all are chatting today.
Wait, so
hang on. One's from the chat. WCP says JJ McCarthy. Duck Chef says JJ McCarthy. Booble says Jaden Daniels. Chef says Daniels is his 1B.
I can see that.
A couple honorable mentions here. Leatu from Booble.
Leatu, yeah.
Yeah. WCP says Worthy, Daniels, Pearsall, that Arizona offensive line guy, and Bowers. By the way, we can't just name the entire rest of the first round as your, yeah.
For your butt, though, King, with Rome, is he going to have a good 3 years, though, before he gets fat?
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might sucker him into an early contract extension, but...
Little shift to tight end?
He's going to be slow.
Yeah, shift to tight end, right?
Nah. Too fat. Kelvin Benjamin couldn't switch to tight end. Rome Odunze is not either.
I think the other problem is Kelvin Benjamin couldn't catch a football.
That's true.
Didn't help either.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Not Rome's problem, to be honest.
No, it is not.
Okay, I was spelling his name wrong, by the way. It's SKWEEZYJIBBS. Squeezy Jibs. Look him up, dude.
Is this the white guy with the big hat?
Yeah, this dude. Let's see if I can.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy. I'm sure you've seen him before. That's Roma Dunze, my dude.
I have not seen that guy before.
Roma Dunze.
That guy is AI if I've ever seen it.
No, you can see him talk, man. That's the thing. His
AI things can talk now too, man.
His characters are real dumb. But it's a good follow.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. His character's dumb.
It's a good follow on Instagram. So just give him a shot. I don't know why I'm giving Squeezy Jibs pub on our podcast.
I don't know why you are.
All right, you guys got anything else?
No.
Are you really trying to say that's not the guy from Malibu Most Wanted?
Jamie Kennedy?
Jamie Kennedy? Yeah.
I am saying that's not Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Jamie Kennedy's like a millionaire, bro. So,
You're trying to say Squeegee Jibs ain't?
I'm pretty sure I'm saying that, yeah. I don't know, Instagram, dude. Who knows? All right, movie on Sunday is Oppenheimer. It's on the cock. Watch it. Listen to us talk about it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week. Goodbye. Squeezy Jibs.